Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I live at the French Climber in Mountain Village, Colorado. If you want to find out anything about me, you can do so on MySpace, where I have a page. This here is about tribunals, American tribunals that might be coming to the United States if the Obama administration has their way. First, let me say there is no evidence that the Obama administration or anyone else is calling for any kind of tribunals here in the United States. The kind of tribunals that I'm talking about are hate speech tribunals, like the ones they have up in Canada. If you go on the net, look up Canadian hate speech tribunals, and you can learn all about those that has been in Canada, I think, since the 1960s. Recently, though, I think they've had a major court decision calling these tribunals to be unconstitutional. But it may be limited. It may be unconstitutional when it comes to the internet. It could be unconstitutional when it comes to television or whatever. But I think people in Canada are beginning to rebel against these tribunals, because the thing of it is up there you can make a complaint that somebody said something that's construed as hate, and that person is pretty much guilty until proven innocent up in Canada. And I just believe that the Canadian people have finally had enough of it. It's like they're beginning to have finally enough of their stupid healthcare system. And they're starting to rebel against that as well, little by little, not entirely. You know, the media up there loves the healthcare system. But that's probably because most of the journalists up there don't have to go through the same things that most of the citizens of Canada do. And of course, I like the Canadian people very much. So this is no slam on them or their country. But what I'm afraid of that could happen here with someone like Obama in the White House, and this could even have happened with Bush in the White House. I don't think so, but it's quite possible. Knowing his tendencies sometimes. But if we have a national hate law, which we have state hate laws, but if we have a national hate law, what could grow out of that, or hate speech tribunals that come afterwards? You know, you're going to have a lot of these real left-wing extremists who may say, well, we need more than just a court. We need tribunals. We need judges who deal strictly with dealing with people that speak things that are construed as hate. And of course, it'll be the right-wingers they go after all the time. The left-wingers can preach all the hatred they want, and they'll just pretty much be overlooked. I don't see how our Constitution would allow it. I'm just simply warning that there is a possibility that if these left-wing extremists here in the United States get their way, and if they can find a way around the Constitution and the courts, they would set up hate speech tribunals that would basically, I don't think you could arrest anybody, but you would probably be fined. And of course, if you don't take the fine, then your property would be taken away. Your IRS would move in and confiscate, maybe money out of your bank account or from your paycheck, or might come and repossess your car, your house, whatever to pay for it. That's the kind of people we're dealing with. It happened in Canada, and it could happen to us as well. That's why these hate speech laws should be confined to the states only. This should not be a federal program, because it comes down to what is really construed as hate, or how do you really say what is hate and what is not. When you murder somebody, that's hate pretty much plays a part in it. Some say, well, it might be out of jealousy. Yeah, but that jealousy, but to kill somebody out of jealousy, there has to be some hate involved in that too. You see? Yeah, hate is a sin. It's evil. It's damnable. The Bible makes it clear that whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and murderers have not eternal life abiding in them. And I think that came from Jesus Christ himself. In God's eyes, hate is murder. And people who practice hatred, like the Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis, the Black Panthers, the communists, a lot of socialists, Chavez, Castro, Louis Farrakhan, people like that will never see the kingdom of heaven because they practice hatred. Even Michael Moore practices hatred. So I'm just concerned that we may be facing in the future American hate speech tribunals. And just remember, I'm the first person, to the best of my knowledge, to bring that topic up, because I've been studying the Canadian tribunals, hate speech tribunals. But anyway, why don't you just go on the internet? If you're watching this, you probably got a computer. I don't see how else you could see this without it. And why don't you just look up the Canadian hate speech tribunals and look at its history, and go to something other than just Wikipedia, and learn about it. And I'm just simply saying there's a possibility that this could happen. Remember, the Democrats like Baucus, Senator Baucus of Montana, have put a gag order on all the health industry, insurance companies mainly, health insurance companies, who have been warning their members, about the danger of benefit cuts if his health care plan goes through, or any health care plan goes through this controlled by the Democrats. And they put up a gag order. They don't want. They're saying no, you can't talk about it, even though that gag order is unconstitutional. You can't do that. And the Republicans are rebelling, claiming they're going to hold up things. But up to me, I'd file a lawsuit against Baucus and hold him in contempt of court. Which is what a judge should do for engaging in something that's unconstitutional, if he is the one who's actually behind it. And the White House seems to be taking the side right now of them. They don't want you to talk. They want to silence any critics of their health care plan. So it is quite possible that this could happen. The Democrats, unfortunately, the liberal part of them, at least not the conservatives or moderates, seem to be on a rampage of censorship. That's why Jimmy Carter tries to use race against, claiming that a person who opposes Obama's health or any of his policies is a racist. It's to shut you up. That's basically all it is. It's nothing unusual or secret about that. It's quite obvious what they're trying to do. So it's quite probable that if they can get this national hate speech law passed, or federal hate speech law, that they might try to come up next with tribunals. And this president is quite possible that he could try something like that if they think they can get around the courthouse, around the Constitution, or get around the law. I don't think most of us here in America are going to put up with that, but anything's possible because these people like Pelosi and Harry Reid, they don't care what we think. It's their way or the highway. I work at a place right now where that's the same mentality, and that's getting to be dangerous. This is how a nation can be ruled by thugs when it gets to that point. And I just want to make people aware of the possibility that we could soon be having a judicial system that contains hate speech tribunals. And if it's modeled after the one in Canada, you're guilty until proven innocent. And a person accused of hate speech could find themselves spending a lot of money defending themselves. And according to some websites, everyone that's been accused of hate speech in Canada since the 60s has lost every case. So it's just inconceivable that this could be constitutional. But don't believe that our Constitution will be enough to stop it. Don't believe that. Thank you for your time.